I'm Ed Rose, back with more tales from the Hilltop, and this is Citizen Kane. On this broadcast, available only on WXZY 101.7 FM, I chase little-known facts and forgotten memories about the people and the events that have shaped our town's history. This episode of Citizen Kane remembers Raymond "Rum" Perotti, one of Kane's earliest and most versatile athletes who earned repute across Pennsylvania and beyond for his skill as a multi-sport player and coach. Born in Bradford in 1890, Rum was one of 10 children born to Francesco and Celeste Perotti. According to Rum's great-nephew, Tom Perotti, a Kane native now living in Butler, Francesco arrived in Bradford from Fascindora province of Lucca, Tuscany, Italy in 1882. Francesco left his wife Celeste and 2 daughters in Fascindora until 1887, after he had earned enough money for their travel. Soon after that, the family moved to Kane, where 5 additional children were born. Rum told the Kane Republican in a 1978 interview that his first name in Italian was Raimondo. My parents called me Raimondo, but my brother thought that was too long and he didn't want to take all that time calling me that, so he shortened it to Rum. It was Tom Perotti's grandfather that hung the enduring moniker on Rum. According to a 1937 story in the Kane Republican that harked back to his early days, young Rum had an exceptionally good seat and a very humble beginning to his sports career as a water boy for the Kane High football team in 1901. To earn his place on the bench, Rum also helped the team manager David McGowan look after equipment and sweaters. Even though he was only 11 years old at the time, Rum traveled by train to away games with the team, which was the standard for the day. Within 5 years, Rum was a high school star in track, football, basketball, and baseball, and was recognized in athletic circles as the Jim Thorpe of Kane. A sprinter by trade, Rum excelled in high school track events and the large regional field days that were popular at the time. Often held on holidays like July 4th and Labor Day, field days were the forerunner of today's big invitational meets. Tom Perotti remembers being told that Rum, as a young man, would hitchhike to various track events in which he would compete and then hitchhike home. Sometimes he would sleep in churches that were usually not locked in the day, he said. For his efforts, Rum routinely outran, outjumped, and outthrew all comers of all ages. And just for good measure, after sweeping first-place honors in 8 morning events at the Kane Athletic Field against fierce regional competition on July 4, 1915, he starred in center field later that afternoon to help the Kane Independence baseball team sweep a doubleheader against the Bradford Indies Club. In a 1978 interview, Rum told the Kane Republican of lax eligibility standards when he competed in high school sports. I played for Kane High until 1911, until I was 21. If a team needed a player, they would sign him up no matter how many years he played. You had professionals playing high school and college ball. When Rum was 24 years old in 1914, he became the first captain of the outstanding Duquesne University basketball team. While he played, the Dukes had a combined record of 19 wins against only 4 losses. Not surprisingly, Rum also played quarterback for the Duquesne team, and he persuaded Kane High's 15-year-old wonder boy Frank Gillis to join him on the Bluff in Pittsburgh. Gillis, who also starred at basketball for the Dukes, became one of the youngest college football players in the history of the sport, and eventually edged Rum out of his starting quarterback job. Gillis went on to Notre Dame after his college and became the owner and operator of the Temple Pharmacy. According to the Kane Republican, Rum moved to Greenville, PA in 1916 to play basketball for St. Michael's School because someone told him if he could play basketball for St. Michael's, he could get a good job. That was how he started his long, close relationship with the town of Greenville, later working for the steel car company there. When Thiel College needed players, Rum signed on to play both football and basketball for the Huskies in 1916 and 1917, and competed in college athletics until he was 27 years old. Rum earned a measure of international acclaim when he starred in football for the 80th Division when they defeated the 1st Army Corps in Tonnerre, France in 1917. According to the Kane Republican, the game was attended by soldiers of regiments from 20 miles around and is said to have been accompanied by enthusiasm akin to that of Armistice Day. After returning from World War I, Rum, a member of the Mercer County Hall of Fame and a cousin of Vince Perotti, one of Kane's all-time great comic characters, coached basketball at Greenville High School in 1919 and 1920. He also piloted the Thiel College team in 1927 and 28 before serving as basketball coach of St. Michael's School for about 15 years leading up to World War II. When he was not coaching, Rum adjusted to the busy life of a basketball referee, blaring his whistle throughout the region before being elected vice president of the Western Pennsylvania Board of Basketball Officials in 1935. In 1945, Rum became commander of the American Legion post in Greenville, with the goal of forming an independent baseball club made up of former Greenville High School and Thiel College athletes who were returning from war, according to the Pittsburgh newspaper reports. In 1958, Rum became chair of the Greenville Republican Party, and along with his wife Irene, who was vice chair, went on the stump for his old friend and Kane native Arthur T. McGonigal during his unsuccessful bid for governor. McGonigal, who was known as the Pretzel King and was CEO of the world's largest snack manufacturer, lost the election by 2% of the vote to David Lawrence. On June 28, 1978, just 6 days after his 88th birthday, Rum was honored by the Pittsburgh Pirates for his many years as a high school and college athlete, coach, official, and civic leader, and he threw out the ceremonial first pitch before a game against the St. Louis Cardinals at Three River Stadium. Knowing Rum's reputation as a ball player who came through in the clutch, he likely fired a fastball on the outside corner for a perfect strike. Just 6 months later, on January 2, 1979, Rum passed away in Greenville, where he is buried in St. Michael's Cemetery. Well, that's all for this episode, friends. Please send your comments and story ideas to citizenkanepa@gmail.com. And thank you for listening.